So I'm not a big turkey hunter. I don't have any tactics to really share with you. I went with 2 buddies this year that both ended up killing. I'm going to share those videos, and then I went in my earlier season, and I had a pretty neat archery setup where I almost killed one with the bow without the blind. You have to check that out. It'll be at the very end of this video. So I'll take you along on these 2 hunts, kind of show you what happened. So the first hunt we'll take you along on is with a buddy of mine. We call him BK. He's a Mason superintendent, so he gets out when he can. There were a couple of birds that he was seeing from the road in a spot that he could go in, and we set up the next morning. We got out there the first morning. The birds were either spooked by the blind or spooked by the decoys, didn't want to come in. The rest of the day we tried a bunch of different spots, bounced around, and then later that night the toms were back out in the field, so we slipped in on kind of a bottom part of the field, got the blind popped up. They came across the field pretty quick. He took a shot, missed. It was quite a poke. And the turkeys actually, I think they were young birds, they actually worked back out into the field, came back in, were headed down to the roost at last light, and you can see here what happened.
What do you got going on there?
Oh, you're getting videoed.
I'm being videoed?
this is gonna be your intro. Yeah.
Like Guns N' Roses like in concert.
That one's more like straight behind Jake, huh? That one almost sounded like it was on the ground. Hit it, Bo Duke. Yeah, the one is in. Are they both gonna come up here? I don't know. Get ready. They're gonna beat each other up. Or run away, one of the two. No way.
What's going on?
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Just wait, just wait. Or are they both gonna come up here? We should go fishing. The one on the right's real curious. They're coming. Man, they're getting weird. I don't want to call this out yet, but they're, well,
This one's probably in range right now.
yeah, I don't know. What do you?
This one's probably in range right here.
Yeah, are they gonna come?
Looks like you're gonna dive into the woods.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Can you get a bullet?
Yeah, I can get a shot.
Don't get caught.
Okay.
Which one are you shooting?
Just give me a second.
Which one?
I don't see the other one. I see the other one. Can you think? I can't get a shot.
Which one are you gonna shoot?
I'll shoot the one on the left.
Okay, you better hurry up.
It's a pretty far shot.
No, it's not. That's not bad. I'm ready when you are. Make sure he lifts his head up. Fuck. You get away? I think he got away. Did he run away?
I don't know if I got him or not. That was a really tough shot. It was really far out there.
You think that was far?
It was probably 40, 50 yards, but they were carving into the woods.
I don't know.
I think that was a far shot.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Is Is that a Jake? Oh no, it's a Tom, I think. Really? It's a Tom. How do you feel about this moment?
I'm really nervous, but I'm gonna fight through it because I'm a winner.
Yeah, you are a winner. That turkey right there is gonna be sizzling in a frying pan about an hour and a half. Unless you can cut them up quicker.
Me?
Yeah, you. Shh, 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 shh. Stop, don't move, don't move. Don't move. Just wait. Okay, you're good.
Still good yet?
Yeah. Careful. Just wait. Don't move. Don't move. They're both kind of looking. Oh, look at that one. Someone's drunk. Just wait. They're looking. Okay, you're good.
Where are they? Oh, they're far away yet.
Oh, they're coming, though. I don't know which side of that tree you're going to shoot them on. They're going to come right in front of us.
I think so.
I do. That's how they're angling. Are you going to be able to shoot in front of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, this one is dead. Can you see him?
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay. I think the one on the left is your boy. That's the one to kill.
Yeah, it's so far broken.
Is it?
Yeah.
You might be.
They're coming at me.
They're both coming.
Yeah, let me get closer this time.
Okay. I just don't know.
They're both there.
Yeah.
I didn't see the second one.
Yeah. They're gonna come right in, I think.
My guys are getting ready.
Well, I don't. Do you know which side of the tree you're gonna shoot him on, though? That's the right side. Okay. Careful. God, be careful. Then you gotta let me know which one you're gonna shoot. Just go slow and easy. This is for all the money. Careful, careful. I'm ready. I'm on him. Got him.
Alright, dude.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh, man. Got him, dude.
In the frying pan and a half. What did we say? Hour and a half? Sizzling. That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, dude. That's exciting.
Oh, there goes the hen. How far is that? That's a good poke, huh?
Yeah, I think he was getting kind of sketchy there.
They were, and I noticed you were like, uh-oh. Yeah, that is a poke, isn't it? It seems a lot closer when you're sitting in there.
Right, dude. That's nice spurs on it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for using your tent.
You betcha.
Well,
Yeah.
leaking yet.
So these two guys were probably out here this morning and messed with us. But anyways, I think you shot at one of them before. And then they went way up into the field and came back down to the roosts and
We had our doubts. Just go to show that if you screw up, you can get another one.
they're not real smart.
No. Nice, dude.
So the next hunt is with a buddy of mine, Jeff. I got to know him just because he's one of the local killers, I guess you could say. He does very, very well whitetail hunting. He's got some outside-of-the-box tactics, but I got to know him that way. We set up the first morning in a fence line. We didn't really know where the birds were. We didn't really scout, didn't have time to scout. Didn't really see anything. There was a tom on the other end of the field that never committed. And then we started kind of snooking and sneaking around. We came over a hill. There were 4 toms actually out with a few hens, and we looped around, and that toms actually moved, and they were just over the crest of a hill, and Jeff caught the fan of one of them, so kind of backed off, looped around the hill, and this is how it went down.
Missed him. No way.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Nice beardo. Did you get the?
I was zoomed out and standing all the way up, so hard to say. Look at that big old beard on him, huh? Nice. Well, that's a way to work, huh? Look at that. Came right up over that rise. How far is that? 40?
40,
50?
Should have looked a lot closer when we were over here.
None of them saw you when you started, when you came around?
Fan looking this way.
Looking that way?
Oh, like the hen was like standing right there.
Huh. Well, that worked out pretty good. Better than I thought.
I saw feathers fly.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there was that many birds.
Yeah. You put it right on one's head though,
yeah.
huh?
Yep. There was 2 of them right together. That was to the left.
Yep.
And this guy was all by himself like this looking.
Huh. That's pretty
You know what
slick.
helped us a little bit? If you look back, there's them 2 little points of like corn or like the.
We look like them.
Probably.
Yeah.
But the one that was to the left more, probably could see more of us because of the way the incline is.
Yeah. When you stood up, they're all looking right at us.
That crawl was worth it now. My
Yeah.
hands are hurting a little bit.
Are they? Yeah, they were in that
was a
field,
long crawl.
and they
My
squeezed
hand-
right through.
My hand holding the gun was getting numb because it's like you're walking on your fist the whole time.
Yeah.
And my neck, I started going like this.
You didn't see him disappear out of the other
Never
field?
see 'em.
Huh. He's got a big old brushy beard, if that means anything. I'm not a big turkey expert. 2-year-old, huh?
Yeah, good sized bird. Young, but good size.
Nice.
That's probably why they're. Got a big noodle on him.
Yeah, he does.
Got a good beard too. Big one. How does that look?
Looks good. You can't see the beard if that's your goal, but looks neat, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, now it looks bushy. Yeah, that looks really good.
How does that look?
Great.
You gotta love it when a plan comes together.
So the next hunt here is actually my early season. I've got a spot that's really good for toms, and I like a good challenge, so I didn't take the gun because it would have been too easy. But I basically have a pile of logs that I got set up behind, and there were 3 or 4 toms gobbling up in the roost. They flew down right away, ran into the decoys, and here's what kind of happened. you saw how that worked. I've tried to make this spot work for quite a few years with the decoys, and every time somehow I can't get myself enough time to aim. But I've moved the decoys around. Maybe I need to adjust the whole setup. I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. That other gobbler flew down, and he's on the other side of the ridge still gobbling, and he could very well come over here, but I gotta get home and get to work. This spot's too easy to use a shotgun, so I've always tried to use the bow, but I screwed it up more times than not. I've actually never made it work, but one of these times I will. So here's the setup. I tuck right down behind this crap here. I have the decoys right there. Boy, you can still hear them gobbling. But like I said, I gotta get out of here, get some work done, and hopefully be back in the afternoon. I've tried many times with that setup with archery, and I've never got it to work just because of the way it sets up. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get back out there, and they'll be roosted in that spot, and I can make something work, and hopefully in the next few days get another video up with a kill right there.